Hi, I'm Steve. This is Fran. Today we're going to talk about dishwashers over $1,000. Where are we starting?
All right, let's start with Bosch, and we'll also include Thermador there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go with Thermador unless you're getting the range where you're getting it for free or you're getting the $500 upgrade, because I think the Bosch is superior. And over $1,000, you've got the 500 series, unless you buy it in a promotion where it could be under 1,000. The door opens and you get 44 decibels. I love the rack, and you get the third rack, which is what you should expect over $1,000. I like that dishwasher. The 800 series is where their new technologies, where you get the power controlled sprayer,
Yeah.
where you could, in theory, I wouldn't know, I'm not sure you would want to do this, but you could in theory, where, it's all Wi-Fi and you can control by quadrants. So you could have like lasagna pans here and your family's heirloom glasses or dishes over here. And it would wash intensely here, but not here.
Hmm.
So you could wash both things at load. I like that, but I like the drying. Their drying, crystal dry, is the best.
Bar none. Yeah.
We tested it, dries plastics, because it uses a mineral called zeolite, which emits heat and absorbs moisture, which is really drying when you think about it in a nutshell. I love the 800 series. That's what, $1,500? And then you get the benchmark, which adds the racks, a light inside, a few other things I really
Yeah,
don't think.
countdown timer. So as opposed to kind of the indicator light, it'll actually tell you how much time is left on the dishwasher on the floor. A little quieter, really gets down to 39 decibels, 38 decibels. A little bit more adjustability in the racks. Not huge upgrades, I would say, but
The one thing you get from this video is you don't need to buy extra
yeah.
quietness. If you can't hear it, getting it extra so you can't hear it doesn't really make any sense. So 44 decibels is good. Buy on features after that. So for that in mind, I really like the 800
Mhm.
series. That is one of the dishwashers you should be considering over $1,000, along with the 500 series, in case you don't want that. I would say that the Bosch line, number two for reliability, I would say that's either an S or an A.
Definitely.
What do you think?
I'll go S.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's go with Miele next.
Miele is number one for reliability at
Mhm.
5.5% service last year, which is about 3% better than the average. But Miele has got the best racks. It's got the best washing system with three full arms. Um, you've got really good top rack that you can take out. It holds fine flatware too. That on the G7000 service, you're spending over 2,000. It's got stuff for like those metal straws.
Mhm.
My kid drinks poppy soda with metal straws, and it's got a place for that. Whereas, you got to put them on there, and it's this way instead of that way, so you don't know whether it's
Yes,
cleaning or not.
falling through or
So, and the drawing was really a close second to Bosch, and it's so simple. All it does is has a port, and the two ports on the bottom lets air in. That cooler air is attracted to the hotter air and is dissipated as water, and then it pops open at the end of the cycle. And it does a great job of drying. It's a great job of washing. Has the best racks. You've got like a platter, a vase. It can accommodate pretty much anything. Baby bottled tops.
in the racking where it's different really than a lot of the other ones we talk about because it's definitely that European smaller racking style. But really, once you use it, it loads so well. The dishes sit really well kind of next to each other. Like it probably is one of the better racks that's out there. Just might take a little bit of getting used to if you're used to something that's more spread out and bigger racking, but they do an awesome job. Power disc as well in some of their higher end units. And the power disc, and that's really kind of like, we talk about the automatic detergent dispensing in laundry. They're the only ones that have something similar in the dishwashers.
I thought it was a gimmick. What it does is you load it in, and you can also use the pods, right? But you can load the power disk, and what it does is it senses the sediment in the water and automatically adjusts. So, like, if you put a pod in, that the contents of the pod are going to be put in your dishwasher, whether you put a glass in or full load. With the auto dose, what happens is it formulates the amount it puts in based on what's in the dishwasher, what comes off the water in the dishwasher. And I thought it was a gimmick, but people love that thing. I mean, it really cleans the best on the auto dose, but you got to spend over $2,000 to get it. That said, if you want the best dishwasher, I think this is an S.
Yeah, I have no question. All right, next brand, let's go KitchenAid.
I really like KitchenAid. I just don't think you need to spend over $1,000 to get it. I think we have another video under 1,000, and I would say this is, you know, they have a number of different series. Anything over that 4 series, just you're getting kind of like features you don't really need, like different racks and different cycles. Um, I love the dishwasher. I just don't think you need to spend a grand to get it.
Yeah, agreed. And they have some panel ready options in that higher end that will actually sit flush and things.
That's
But
17.99 for the
exactly,
same
yeah.
features. I think, if the 4 Series is about $1,000, you've got great racks, good quietness, good features,
Microfilter.
microfilter, really the biggest usable rack. I would say this is an A.
All right. Next one's Asko.
This is another line you don't need to spend $1,000 for. I mean, I like the Asko because you've got really solid racks, all stainless arms. Now it's changed ownership 4 times in 20 years or 30 years or whatever. That's concerning. But in terms of an overall dishwasher, this is an A under 1,000. Over 1,000, I don't quite understand the features you're getting to spend that extra money.
Yeah, you're really jumping up to like their 50, 60 series. Whereas, we've talked about the 30 and 40 series, which is really good value there. Again, you're going to get that similar build quality even in the lesser expensive models. The nylon coated steel racks are there in all the series. So yeah, I agree. What do you think kind of a ranking there?
I think this is a B, and this is a line you can look at and spend less.
Next one, let's go with Cove.
It's amazing. They had this super secret meeting in Chicago, like it was like 15, 18 years ago. He flew out to Chicago and they announced they were making a dishwasher. And I left that meeting saying they're never going to make this thing. But it took them 15 to 18 years because one thing this company does well is they don't put stuff out that doesn't work. It's family owned and every new product is got issues, but they did a really good job of building something not on the fly. And the other good thing about Cove, Sub-Zero, Wolf is they are really good on the repair side. Like, we mentioned in other videos that Sub-Zero, you can still get parts from back 40 years ago when I started. So that's got a big advantage for Cove for the future. In terms of racking, I think it's better than Miele for racking in terms of solidity of rack. Their drying is fan dry. It's $2,500. If you buy it in a wool package, it becomes 15, and that's the best $1,500 dishwasher you could buy.
Yeah, solid rack,
I
solid
mean,
build.
it's good quietness, solid construction. The drying doesn't have zeolite or the clean dry, but it's got a fan assist, which works better than condensation. It'll be fine. This is an A dishwasher, but in terms of 10, 15 years, 20 years, can you get that Miele, Bosch, Cove, KitchenAid repaired? That's the one that's going to get repaired.
All right, next brand is Fisher Paykel.
What an odd dishwasher, right? Two things, you've got drawers instead of a door. So you get the cool factor and it looks great paneled, right? And as I age considerably, bending all the way down for a dishwasher, you don't do that on a single rack. That's got real value. Now, why this company has 27 different types of drawer dishwashers, I'll never know. But I like the design. I like the coolness factor. Everything else about it, you can get better in another dishwasher.
Yeah, it's the convenience of it. If you host a lot, you can run multiple loads at the same time. Some of the different options they have, the tall one up top, a smaller one in the bottom. They make them that both drawers are the same size. A lot of options there. There's no question. They do have a nicer, higher end series now too. That's stainless steel on the interior versus the plastic interior, which kind of was always that way up until a couple years ago. But
you get a DC motor that you can pop out in your hand and put another one in. That's great, but how many people are going to do that? Unique, interesting. For people like me, it's certainly a consideration. I'd give it a solid B.
And last one here is SKS.
SKS, LG, great dishwashers. The steam works. It's got a 60-minute cycle. It's got more features than the LG. I think it's part of a package. It works. It's got the panelized models that work. But it's another dishwasher you don't need to spend over a grand for. If you do, you get a panelized, maybe it gets part of an SKS rebate program, which is good. But this is a very solid, very reliable dishwasher under the LG name. You're just getting a different badge, more features, ability to be panelized, a low level of quietness that you don't need. I think this is a solid B dishwasher. Unless you're buying SKS and you're getting an allowance on it, then it becomes an A.
Yeah, no question. If you're buying a single dishwasher, you can get something very similar in one of the other LG lines for sure at a better price.
That's it for dishwashers that you're going to spend over $1,000. If you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. And thanks for watching.